And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, for the third hour of A Song of Tara. So, what's beyond the veil?
Well, you look in through the veil, and what you see is that where the Lewis trams are parked in the Tellurian, you are looking in at something. At first you're not quite sure what it is, and then you realize that just like they are these, they you know, that they're like a serpent moving through the city. Obviously you're looking at the shed skin of an absolutely gigantic snake.
Oh god, not that one. Well, rest in pieces.
All right. And it's okay. So it's just the shed skin.
It's just the shed skin, yeah.
What does the environment look like?
Devastated.
The umbrascape within which the
devastated.
Skin is. Okay.
You can literally see foul things ooze, dripping off every available surface in the area. The whole place is riddled with blasted scars in the ground. It looks like a hellscape in there.
Okay. I think Aaron stifles a yelp and just kind of turns himself around and keeps looking at this blasted hellscape.
Yeah, it's the same all
skin.
around. Yeah, it's the same all around, and it is massive, huge, enormous.
So aside from the ginormous new elephant in the room. Is there anything he can spot within the gauntlet that is of immediate use?
No.
Okay. In that case, he stops peeking. He looks to his packmates. This place is rightly fucked. The umbrascape is horrific. There's something in there, something big and snake-like. We're in the nest of something icky. We need to be very careful.
And did you see Janet in there?
No, nothing. Whatever has happened here, this was a bad place for her to come.
Oh, shit.
I'm not sure she's in there. There was no sign of her, there was no sign of anything aside from that snakeskin and, well, the rest of the environment. The less said about that, the better. What about you? Throat Splitter, have you found anything? Can you find anything? Can you follow that trail?
Just a second, I have food in my mouth. Wait, I'm eating.
Meanwhile, Fenna found a dead seagull.
What?
Yum yum. Anyways.
Johan, what about that unknown scent? Does that seem to be leading anywhere?
Yeah, it's definitely leading away at a sprint. Long leaping bounds.
It's a kangaroo!
I just realized something. Instead of doing what I continuously do in this case and just linger on the description of a thing, instead I should try employing my fucking character to try and get some insight into this bullshit. So,
that sounds like a plan.
I would love the chance to test my knowledge of the occult against what I just witnessed in the Umbra.
Yep, you go ahead.
Okay, what do you want me to roll?
That would be occult and intelligence.
Alright. What difficulty am I looking at?
Difficulty 6.
I hope Aaron's smart. Otherwise it would be really, really, really bad that they left both the healers. Woo!
Very nice. Very nice. Well, you do know that there is something called the snake in a huge, massive spirit in Dublin, but you also know it's supposedly only hanging out in Dublin North. You also know that it's been gone for a while. Nobody has seen it for a while.
What is the significance of this spirit?
It's probably the single largest and most powerful worm spirit in the city. Well, at least up until the Nexus Crawler decided to make its presence known.
So the Nexus Crawler decided to come say hi. But guess what? The snake is home!
Do we...
Lol.
Is there any more you can tell me about? For example, like can I glean something from the state of the landscape, or is this?
Yeah, you have a fairly good idea that, well, the snake in all likelihood isn't there anymore. It's more a matter of when it shed that skin. The Nexus Crawler probably was what walked away.
Oh. Yeah, that's very useful information. So thank you very much. So in essence, this and I'm just trying to kind of summarize what I feel like my character would glean from this, is that the Nexus Crawler didn't find its way into the penumbra of this space. The Nexus Crawler was birthed into this space by some foul happening.
Yes. Nexus Crawler was already there in a pupa-like state called the snake.
That's horrifying.
Oh God!
I'm going to switch my microphone on just so I can make a point here.
Yeah.
The moment that Taliesin hears about this, he's going to make a point of writing a poem, or not a poem, but he's going to write an epic story about the fact that this happened. It will say just one word. Bugger.
Yes! It might say it over and over again for a while, though, like bugger, 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 bugger.
No.
It would be like, go on,
a big epic poem about when the Nexus Crawler came to be. Oh, bugger.
Yes, increasingly large and more urgent text.
Yeah, and then there'll be like a director's cut of Taliesin staring into the camera going, snakes. Why did it have to be snakes?
Snakes. I like.
Follow the Nexus Crawler. Why couldn't it be follow the butterflies?
Alright, so...
I have had it with these motherfucking snakes at this motherfucking train station!
Yes.
No.
I would have just said train, but we're not on the train. Train would have been better.
It's true. Snakes on a train would be kind of funny. Alright, so... No sign of her. Something horrific definitely happened, because this place is a horrific blasted hellscape within the Umbra, and there is this huge snake skin that is probably the reason this place is a hellscape, aside from the fact that a Nexus Crawler stepped on it. I'm imagining that the impression I would have gotten is kind of like corruption seeping out from this snake skin, kind of oozing into the environment and crushing everything. Stop me if I'm wrong. So, in essence, there's basically like a corruption bomb sitting here, or like a can of radioactive ooze that's broken open and is now corrupting the penumbra in this space. But still no sign of Janet. So, lots of nice information, but no sign of Janet. Is there something... You said that...
I don't know, should we maybe get back to the fact that Aaron asked a question in character? I'm kind of waiting for that.
Yeah, definitely. Let's go back to that. And thanks for the information, John.
So, Fenna communicates back in yips and stuff.
Yip.
She can't follow Janet's scent any further, but there's a different scent running of someone running from this place, and then she sort of nudges Janet's clothes in Connell's direction, obviously saying, "You take these, we're going," and then she starts following the other scent trail.
Yeah, Connell grabs the clothes and starts following
behind Fenna. Yeah. Keeps up to speed.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Where does the scent trail lead?
Home.
It leads
to the Nexus Crawler. Oh, John.
Oh joy! No, it leads away, very specifically away from this place and out into the suburban streets surrounding it. Which means obviously that whatever ran from here is now probably amongst people.
Right. Well.
Oh, that's not going to be making this tracking any easier.
No, but you just keep at it. Like, keep following the trail. I mean, we're just gonna have to go. We're just gonna have to be buff topless guys running around with a wild dog.
A
should totally
very
give her
wolfy
a
looking
color.
wild dog. Okay, if anyone stops and asks, just say that she's a Salas wolfhound.
It's a music video in the making.
It is.
I think this is like what we are right now is the concept art to Wolf's Rain.
I think what we are right now is Twilight.
No.
Right. Well, in a nutshell,
You're right. Our locals aren't big enough for Twilight.
do you
Because
keep
those
following the smell?
Yeah, I do. I thought we already established that.
Okay. Well,
And we
then
were waiting for the storyteller.
okay.
Yep, you are tracking by scent, and that means difficulty is... I'm going to need 2 rolls.
Also, do you, it doesn't matter, but do you need alertness or survival for the tracking? Because I think I've caught up on something somewhere about it.
Yeah,
There are
Well,
actually
tracking.
rules for that, isn't there?
you know what? I'm not going to ask you to roll for this because you have a keen sense of scent, and
Yeah,
you
currently, whatever
you're
it
in
is,
Lupus.
it's at -4, and I have...
exactly you're
Five
in
dice.
Lupus. Yeah, you are easily able. Well, not easily. It's even for you. This is a challenge. You're pretty sure the others would have had a hard time following this trail. You can. You're the whole tracker and spy thing is actually starting to gel quite nicely for Fenna here, because that's definitely what she's good at. And you do manage to follow the scent in between the streets, and the what worries you the most is that after a while you find that there are traces, just very faint traces of Janet's scent in there as well.
Might it be when you say that? Would it feel to her like Janet was running from whatever we're tracing, or the thing that me, the player, is thinking is that Janet might be a weird creature?
That's impossible to tell.
Okay.
That's a way to find out your friends are actually worm.
Yeah.
Or Fae. They could be Fae.
I think the guys might be picking up on a slight shift in Fenna's ears as she discovers that, just that surprise new information. Not sure I like this.
Like seeing a dog that's following a scent, like, oh fuck, ooh, this way, ooh, this way. Something weird.
But where? I mean, the question remains, right? Where does this scent trail take us? Do we find something, or do we wind up not finding anything?
You eventually, it takes you about 30 minutes of tracking, and it's not, I mean, obviously that doesn't happen at a flat out run.
No, sure.
You have
No,
to
but as fast as
occasionally...
possible.
Oh yeah. But occasionally you have to stop and find out what way did it actually go, and so on and so forth. But eventually you manage to track it to a school. There's there's a rugby and cricket pitch out back, and so a huge lawn area basically, and that's where you track it to, and it's heading straight for the school building.
All right.
Obviously, there's nobody there at this time of night.
Do we actually get a visual on this creature?
No, not yet.
Okay. I mean, I shouldn't be the one asking these questions, right? I'm not the one doing the tracking, but I'm just curious where our path is actually winding up.
Yeah. Well, when you get closer to the actual school building, you smell. You can smell something else.
Oh.
You can smell something stale.
Stale?
Yeah, something stale. And then once you get a little bit closer again, it's no longer a matter of it being stale. It actually smells rotten.
Ew.
It smells like sewage.
Ew! It's the blob. No. Sorry.
I'm just going to subtract a willpower point and keep on going.
Yeah, because ew. But I'm kind of guessing that the others can suddenly see your hackles standing up and
I guess about the time that the others start picking up on the scent is the time when I need to spend willpower on it.
Pretty much, yes. And the rest of you kind of get this, oh, ew. And by that point, Fenna, with her legendary nose in Lupus, has already been smelling this for the last 100 meters.
Poor thing.
Yes.
And she's like, bleh, no, bleh, no.
Pretty much. It's absolutely revolting.
We were in a rugby field?
Yes. Well, you've passed over the rugby field. You are now on the cricket pitch.
Fenna wishes tunnel scent was a thing.
Yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it? And then you find a patch of blood on the ground, and it's not Janet's. Whatever it is, it's not hers. This is partly what smells so bad. When you even the rest of you, even without keen senses and in Homid, you would still be able to smell that this thing is absolutely foul. And a few more steps further along, you actually get into the shadow of the building, and the moonlight isn't lighting anything anymore, and there's no street lighting here. It's too late at night for that. So you have you are now actually in darkness. And
I just realized that I should have probably at some point rolled to see if I step sideways.
There's nothing here that you can really step sideways through.
Yeah, but we had to get here somehow.
Well, true, but you haven't actually.
Too late.
Well, true, but there's been no. I'll go and say that there hasn't really been any shiny surfaces along the way.
Okay. Because I think even if nothing is happening right now, it's a stress situation.
Yeah, it is. No question.
As we step into like a very dark area that's not actually lit by anything, Aaron reaches to his arm watch, and flicks on the little lamp on there.
Oh yeah, the wristwatch lamp. Yeah,
it's like a smartphone lamp, right? It's like a very powerful cold light, but it's there.
Yeah, it's there. You what's it called? You stumble on another 10-15 meters, and then you see the rapidly decomposing body of someone on the ground. Very rapidly decomposing. It's literally, as you look at it, it's rotting away.
I run to it.
Yeah. It's female, but it's not Janet. It's grotesquely deformed.
And this is some serious what the fuck occult?
Yeah, sure. Intelligence.
I would like to get in on that.
Yep.
I would too, but I'm not there.
Difficulty?
I'm just damn curious.
Difficulty is 6.
Okay. And I assume it's
Still good.
with intelligence.
Yeah, intelligence plus occult.
Yeah.
At least for this one.
Yes,
None.
Right.
I'm sitting on 2.
You're sitting on 2.
Fenna knows nothing.
You are pretty sure
He's
this
from Barcelona.
I don't know.
I'm gonna make a character from Barcelona and he'll know nothing.
And his name is going to be Jon Snow. This is the person you're looking at. You're pretty sure. It's coming apart very quickly, but you're pretty sure this is her.
One of the vampires?
Yeah.
Oh, the once pretty girl.
I see.
So
Okay,
she probably tried to numb on Janet, and then she didn't numb on Janet anymore.
This is that Asian vampire, isn't it?
It's disgusting, is what it is.
What killed it? Aaron looks around.
Investigation.
Yeah, is there still a scent trail to follow? Can she pick up on anything from Janet?
There's definitely a scent trail here, and you can also see that somebody has kicked open the door to the actual school building a little further ahead, and the alarm hasn't gone off.
Wonderful.
What?
That's
It's
good news
literally
for us.
the door is literally kicked off its hinges.
Someone kicked the door so hard the alarm system shorted out.
Is it possible to tell how this vampire died, or is it
a lot of very, 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 very intense physical violence.
Well,
she's missing an arm, amongst other things.
Okay.
Amongst other things, her life.
Yeah. Just as we're rummaging through this gore and trying to figure out what it is there anything worth picking off the gore pile, or should we just... Okay.
No.
And then Finna was saying?
Yeah, I think Finna's being rash and just she does have common sense, but I think she's just like, nope, I need to follow this.
You head into the...
Yeah.
You head into the school building.
Yeah.
And head down. You follow the scent down the hallways.
Follow your nose.
And follow your nose, and you get around one of the corners, and you can see this fluorescent light in the ceiling where it looks like the what are they called, the lighting. It's not a light bulb. It's one of those.
Yeah, it's like I know what fluorescent light bulb.
Fluorescent light, at least.
A halogen.
Yes, exactly.
Halogen pipes.
Yes, they are crackling on and off, as if it's trying to decide whether it should be on or off. Wonderful. And it's the only light that you can really see is in this hallway. And you look down through the hallway at a distinctly recognizable shape of a hippo.
What color?
Staring back at you. It is. It's hard to say for sure because of the way the light is flicking on and off. You're pretty sure it's dark gray.
What?
Yeah.
It's not deformed or anything, right?
It's not deformed at all. It looks like a. I'd say that this is an oxymoron, but a perfectly normal hippo.
A perfectly normal monstrous direwolf.
Yes.
Well, perfectly normal hippo is a thing for Guru.
Yes.
So, does this seem to be the scent I've been following?
Yes, it does.
Have we backed this thing into a corner or something?
No, there are ways for it to get out of here if it wants to, but it's looking straight at you. It's got its hackles raised, hackles, nice, but its hackles raised.
Boo! Get off the stage!
No, I think it's like a red dwarf quote, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Hackles.
Schmeckles. Whatever the hell they are, they're up right now and pointing at you.
Has Janet's scent still been mixed into the trail?
Yes.
Finna's a little bit on the fence about what the fuck. Like, she has an inkling, but like, no, couldn't be, could it?
I think seeing as like the sort of silence there's been there implies to me that there is a hesitation in the group. So Aaron steps up and like takes charge of this as well as Abel. And he takes like 2 steps close and he raises his hands like in the disarming palms open gesture.
Yeah, and that thing is getting ready to leap.
I think he's calm enough. Like I think Aaron is confident in his abilities, so there's a hint of "come at me, bro" to his eyes as I'm not a threat to you because I've decided not to be. Is like what's coming off him.
Mm-hmm.
Relax. We're here to help. Who are you?
No, there is nobody home.
There is nobody home at all. This is like
nobody home. You are not speaking to a rational creature.
All right.
Oh, Janet had her first change.
Aaron kind of he grits his teeth, and he doesn't turn his head away from this creature to look at his group, look at his packmates. Instead, he just he keeps looking at this creature. But he just mouths to them. All right. Take this creature down. Don't kill it. And he just lunges at it, shifting midway, and just piles on this creature.
Yep. Yeah. You guys are basically trying to subdue the direwolf.
Yep.
Well, the direwolf sees people coming towards it and bolts because that now it's under, obviously it's being threatened. I'm just going to narrate this pretty quickly.
Okay.
Because what happens is that the direwolf turns around and runs away. You have about 15 minutes of Benny Hill throughout the hallways of the school. Everywhere this thing goes, the light turns on. So you're basically chasing down the wolf through. Oh, there's light over there, and occasionally it manages to slip, through a crack or something, and lose it. It's like the light is on over there. Running that way instead.
From the outside, you can see the light comes on, and where it was the last time, the light slowly shuts down until it comes back, and then it turns on again.
I'll tell you what it is. It is exactly like an episode of Scooby-Doo.
Exactly.
My mental image of this scene is like it's standing there, hackles raised, it's snarling, it's like there's no one home, it's looking very, very threatening. And instead of backing off or being terrified prey, we three just leap on it, and I'm imagining like and then just turning around and leaving. And just the camera changes from inside the hallway to outside the school, and you just see lights going on in the windows.
I've been imagining that for the last 2 minutes. Exactly that.
I have a feeling that once they call later, like completely out of breath, what the hell just happened? We chased a new puppy from school. We caught it.
This is proof that I need that Ragabash gift where you just make everyone forget everything by making them laugh.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
what eventually happens is that you manage to funnel this creature into the school swimming pool area. So. And the way you actually finally catch up to it is that it slips on the tiles and tumbles into the water.
Oh, wet puppy!
Gotcha.
And then you get the.
So yeah, suddenly there's no longer firm ground under its feet, and it's pretty clear that it's this is you can catch it pretty handily by now.
Yeah, I think. Go on, Chris.
If they don't also slip and they all go tumbling into the pool.
I mean, with this creature in the pool, we can. I mean, no. I was gonna suggest we can just tire it out, right? Just walk around the pool and just have it be there until it tires itself out. But then again, this is not really an inconspicuous scene, right? The moment that someone from security actually turns up, is like, oh, all the doors in this hallway are off their hinges and there are claw marks everywhere. Then at that moment, we're gonna have trouble. So I think we just, as well as we're able, pile on this Hispo and just hold her down.
Actually, that may be what our pack leader has planned, but what Finna does is change back into Hamid and tries like looking at this Hispo flailing around in the water. Janet?
There's no response because again there's nobody home, but it takes.
It was just the thought that maybe if it is her, a familiar voice saying her name.
Yeah.
Good try.
Is it a female Hispo, by the way? We would be able to tell,
Yes,
right?
it is a female Hispo. And what comes next is basically that after a few minutes in the water, it's so exhausted that it's clearly struggling to keep its head above water, and then it looks like it loses consciousness. It begins to slip under the water, and it changes. As it does so, it changes to Homid, and yes, it is in fact Janet.
Up we go. Up in there.
And Janet in a very Starkers condition.
Of course.
Yeah, Fenna is very resolute about it being her dragging her out of the water.
By all means.
No, boys, sit.
I think we all go in, right? But for the sake of the scene, it would be Fenna taking her out of the water because Fenna's a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also the same gender and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, not really that.
Mostly
don't care about modesty.
Not having her drown is probably more important.
Oh yeah, that's the main priority. And by the way, I think she does so in Glabro. Seems like the best form for that.
Yeah, you get her out of the water, and
is this your girl?
Yeah.
She is out cold.
CPR time.
No, she's not. She's not in cardiac arrest or anything. She's unconscious. Exhaustion and from everything that's happened. She's just out cold.
Well,
I'm going to say that.
How old is she?
I'm going to say that Fenna has been wearing Siobhan's jacket today, so it's being passed on now.
Being passed on.
Oh, that's cute. What was AJ's question? I think AJ had a good question.
How old she is? She's 17.
Oh, that's a late change. She's a late bloomer. That's wonderful. Either that or she's been doing this a few times and doesn't know what's happening.
Considering that they've now, this little group has reached sort of. Yes, I was going to say, can we go to us?
Yeah, sure.
I would be fine with that.
I mean, unless nothing's happening on our end.
Nothing much is happening on your end for a while, obviously, but then eventually. There's nobody who's actually coming a knocking or a shooting or anything of the sort.
How outstandingly chivalrous of you, Joan.
Yes, I am that nice, aren't I?
You are. I shall sing your praises forevermore as the most wonderful, generous GM in the world.
Please don't.
Okay.
By the way, Johan?
Yeah?
I didn't know you could buy werewolves with kinfolk.
You can't. Can't.
I'm just joking.
Yep.
So, question?
Yes?
This is basically mostly up in the air between the storyteller and Fenna, I guess. But it seems like this chase has come to an end, right? We're done with that scene. So how does it end? What do we do with her? Where do we bring her? Do we bring her to the cairn?
You guys can think about what you want to do with her because she's still out cold, as I said. But let's hop back to the others for a little while. As I said, nothing much happens there for a while until, of course, Siobhan arrives, which takes. That takes about 45 minutes.
She probably had to walk all the way.
Well...
Tara?
She had to walk all the way from Tara. That's 35 kilometers away, so that would be more than 45 minutes.
Oh, she had to procure herself a car.
Yes. And even so, she's made it here swiftly. Mm-hmm. She gets... she gets there, parks a car outside, and all the large Eastern European men in trench coats and sweatsuits. Holy shit, we're being stereotypical here. It's disgusting.
It's
they look at her and then let her pass. There's no effort to stop her or anything. They apparently know who she is.
Or she looks angry enough to, I'm not touching that. Did you see her? No, I didn't see her. Did you? Nope.
Well, when she gets out of the car, you are in no doubt that she does, because she slams the door so hard that the windscreen shatters.
Oh, Jesus, this is going to be
So
fun.
we sit in there talking. Slam! Clatter, 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 clear!
Siobhan, stop being conspicuous.
It's like, what the hell was that?
So, probably Siobhan, let me go and unbarricade the door.
Before she takes the door down, open it.
And open it, yes.
Yeah, you do so just in time to see her having a foot raised in just about to kick it in. But then you get the door open.
Welcome, she's downstairs.
Okay, she doesn't even stop. She just clearly she's worked herself up into a near frenzy on the way here.
Cesar
comes over with.
Come on, we need to follow her. She's going to kill her before we can get anything out of her.
He comes along. Una hops along as well, just in case.
Yeah.
And what about you, Taryn?
Taryn realizes that there are probably more people down there than there are room for in Krinos, so it would be stupid to follow.
Okay.
They would just get squished.
Yeah.
Yes.
She. Oh, sorry, go on.
No, it's alright. I was going to say it's going to be fun because it's Tally versus the NPCs for a bit. Okay, carry on.
Yeah.
Well, Taryn can stand in the doorway and look.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Okay.
Watch.
Yeah, she's keeping watch.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we get down there.
You get down there, and obviously, Neve is still unconscious.
Mm-hmm. Hi, kitty cat.
Yeah.
Yep, she's still secure.
Yeah, she's still secure and she's still unconscious.
She has a chair leg inside her. Of course she's unconscious.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm pretty sure that if she hadn't been unconscious the entire time, we would have heard something from her.
I love that because of the vampire, just with this system of vampires, it's the only time you can say, oh, they've got a chair leg in their heart. They must be unconscious. Like, yeah, because they wouldn't at all be dead.
Yeah.
Well, they are already dead.
Yes, but that's the point.
Encore. She spots Neve sitting there tied to a chair with a chair with another piece of chair in her chest. And she looks over her shoulder and says, "Who did that?"
The chair leg in the chest?
Yes.
That was me.
All right. Did you fight her for it?
I wish I could say we did. She was in the crucified pose when we got there.
Right. She walks over and unceremoniously yanks the chair leg out of her sister's chest, and then uses that chair leg as a club to swat her Neve's face a couple of times to see if she wakes up. She doesn't.
Believe me, if we knew how to wake her up, we'd have made sure we knew we could do so before you got here.
Get me a leech. I don't care which one. Just get me one of them alive.
Yeah, okay. I would look to Cesar and say, and to Una and say, you okay to watch it here?
Cesar nods and says, unless you want me to go with you.
Cesar knows everything. Maybe we should take him with us.
Yeah, alright. Una then?
I'll stay here with Siobhan just to make sure that she doesn't... Then she stops herself, looks at Siobhan, who sends her a glowering glare the other way, and Una says, no, I'm just going to stay here and keep her company and stuff. Shite. Fuck.
Yes.
Bollocks. Piss. Crap.
Fucking A. Excellent. Is Sandy still down there, by the way? Did we leave her down there?
Sandy's in a cupboard.
She's in a cupboard, and she is not getting to know that there is a Sandy in the cupboard.
Well, unless she can smell her.
Una and Cesar know we have two down here.
Mm-hmm.
I lean into Una and whisper, if Siobhan tries to go for the other one, that one's off limits, okay?
She sends you a look that pretty clearly says, and you want me to stop her, how?
Taliesin shrugs, like, you could try out swearing her.
Implore to the rational, calm woman in her.
No.
Taryn looks at Una. Good luck. It's good you're good at running.
Yeah, just keep her focused on Neve, okay? We need to go.
Right, I suggest you hurry.
Yep.
I suggest you really fucking hurry, because...
We will fucking hurry. Just fucking keep fucking order here, okay?
Oh.
Okay.
Do me fucking best.
Mm-hmm.
Taryn, on her way up the stairs, shut your fucking face, Uncle Fucker.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't fucking funny the first time, Taryn.
I want to just interject with my own, like, I had a brief flash where I really wanted when Tally said, like, repeated, swore at Una. I wanted her to be like, you don't have to swear. It's so rude.
Oh God.
You're horrible.
Which of course Taliesin replied, I don't fucking swear. But anyway, yes, we get outside with Taryn and Cesar. I was like, okay, we need a live leech right now. Where to?
It's kind of weird we're going to have to kidnap a leech. It's usually the other way around.
Mm-hmm. Cesar, I'm looking to you on this one.
I'd say Temple Bar. That's where most of them are hanging out, and we are better at surviving than the average human, so...
All right, so we
might as well go there and try.
Can I be Talie's common sense maybe for a moment?
Yes, Taliesin.
Maybe we know a certain tattoo artist who could volunteer.
No.
We also have clamps on that guy because we know he likes his child.
Yes. What does Talie's common sense say about going to George and using him as a choice?
No.
You can try. It's if he's able to provide you with some of his blood, then that would certainly, probably at least, do the trick. The question is how to explain that to Siobhan when you get back that you didn't actually bring her the whole leech.
That's true. We definitely aren't friends with any leeches. Got to remember that.
Yes.
And I have that thing that she wants a live leech and is not going to survive this. so no.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, go on. I'm not going to say anything. I had a comment, but never mind.
Sure.
As we get, I assume, are we walking or does Cesar have transport?
Cesar has transport.
As we get to the transport, I say, how pissed off do you reckon Siobhan would be if we don't bring her a whole live leech?
Well, I've known her for a while, and she'll be very angry.
Oh, she's always angry.
I think
more than normal.
I think Cesar says that she would be very angry, but she would probably take out that anger on her sister. I think that is the main focus for her right now.
As hard as it is for me to say it, that is acceptable. Look, there is an option. I can't tell you about the option, except the fact that you probably already know about the option because you know fucking everything, but...
You're talking about George Wallace, aren't you?
Oh, for fuck's sake. Fucking yes. Just take us to the tattoo parlor, please.
He sends you a very wolfish kind of grin.
How did he manage that?
Mm-hmm. Look, I suppose I'm not supposed to like you, but right now I kind of in a twisted way do. So props to that. I'll buy you a beer or something one day, okay?
He does have this moment of you can kind of tell on his face that that did hurt.
What?
But
Telling him that you're not
he's
supposed to like him.
Exactly. It's not that he's not angry with you, but there's a memory there that obviously he's not proud of what has happened.
So can I see this? Or
Yeah, absolutely. It's right there.
So as we're driving, then I'll if you're out for me to continue.
Yeah, sure.
And Jonah, yes.
Oh,
sorry, I communication failure. Anyway, so look, I'm sorry. Look, I know you're doing everything you can for the Sept and everything, and you've been through a lot, and I respect you immensely for what you've gone through. And I'm not trying to say I don't like you. Stereotypes.
You have no reason to like me. I've done something very, very stupid. I've done what is expected in my tribe, he says, and in doing so, I made a very bad mistake. I am supposed to do what those above me in rank and station orders me to do, especially when it comes from someone within my own tribe. That is the Shadow Lord way. And I had no idea that that Michael Blackwell had fallen. I did not meet with him in person for the last several years. He would communicate via email, via recorded messages, and I did not actually have to meet with him. He never made me do anything that made me have a reason to think that he had fallen. What he did was order me to make Aaron's life difficult because he wanted Aaron tested. He wanted him to not be soft. And so I did what I was told. I have no reason to dislike Aaron. It was on his father's orders. That makes no difference to Aaron. I don't expect it to. No. But I acted on the orders of someone above me in station.
Well, as you said, that's the Shadow.
Yeah, it is the Shadow Lord way. It is not, and it is, however, he says, that is also the Nuremberg defense, and it is no excuse.
Well, let me say it like this. Firstly, life's all about mistakes and learning from them. And
Indeed.
Secondly, I don't hold that against you, and I've long since forgiven you for the things you've done. That's the Child of Gaia way. So, with that in mind, let us go forth in this car as friends, do the job we need to, and I will do my absolute utmost to stop Aaron from exacting petty revenge on you. Does that sound fair?
That sounds very fair, although I think that may be a lost battle.
Well, we are trying to fight the end of the world, aren't we?
Yes, but we're also trying to win it, as Kat has said.
Well, everybody.
Can Terrence sit on the back seat behind Cesar?
Yeah, sure.
Because she's not wearing a seatbelt, because even if they do wreck into something, she'll just turn into Glabro and she'll be fine again.
Yeah. Cool.
So she leans over, gives him a hug from behind, and says, "Well, tribe, welcome to being an individual."
He stiffens a little when he gets a hug. That's clearly not something he's used to. And then he reaches up and gives her hand a squeeze and says, "Thank you. I appreciate that."
Yep. We've long since... the Sept were the one that taught us to fight the battles worth fighting. And, well, I can decide whether or not you... Yes, I can decide that fighting to make sure that you're not... that you can make the most of learning from any mistake is a worthy fight indeed. What does that say about me if I don't?
I do appreciate that.
Now let's go find us a leech.
Yes, and you drive on towards Leechville, and then I suggest we take that break here.
That seems like a great idea.
And then end on a heartwarming moment.
Ending on a heartwarming moment, and then we shall be back here in an hour to continue.
Yeah, sure.
And hopefully this time we shall actually have Rasmus. The birthday party dragged out, and it turns out that the drive is a bit longer than he expected as well.
Stuff happened.
Happened, yeah.
All right, well, we'll be right back with more Song of Tara, ladies and gentlemen. So Yeah.
Through the amazing qualities of technology, what is going to feel like an hour for us is going to feel like mere moments for the rest of you.
The technology of the future today.
World hacks.
Yes, you are all of you listeners so very privileged.
Yes, definitely. All right, guys.
We'll be right back.
Yes.